Good afternoon. Gallant Sector. Today we're going to be talking about my favorite book, which is actually the first book in a series of books written by Edgar Rice Burroughs. Ta-da! Princess of Mars. Now, for those of you who don't know, Edgar Rice created Tarzan and numerous expansions of Tarzan. He also did the Barsoom series, which my book is from, The Land That Time Forgot, At the Earth's Core, The Mad King, Pirates of Venus, but Tarzan being his most successful. But Princess of Mars was his most influential work. The creator of Superman, Jerry Siegel, was inspired from the story in The Princess of Mars. It's a science fantasy novel. Happens to be my favorite book. My other favorites are Hamlet, Macbeth, The Count of Monte Cristo, Alexander and a Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day. A lot of you might remember a movie from 2012 called John Carter. It was based upon this book, A Princess of Mars, named after the main character, John Carter. The movie did it no justice. Does the book no justice. But it does not mean the movie was that bad. Okay, it was bad. But the actors did a great job. It's just one of those hard stories to pull off. This was actually supposed to be a film. Back in, I think, the early 80s, they were looking for Tom Cruise to play John Carter. I think it would have been way more successful back then. By now, we'd probably be seeing a remake of that film. This book has a little bit of everything that I would want in a story. There's survival, exploration, romance, mythologies, swordplay, a whole different world. I'm big on romance. You guys will learn that. I feel like almost every story is enhanced with some form of romance, love interest, whatever. I'm just big on love. That's me. Don't hate me. Anyway, so you have a soldier from the mid 1800s, I believe, and he's on the run for some Native Americans. Ends up in a cave. Somehow this cave transports him to Mars. Butt naked, don't know where he is. Earth's gravity is much higher than that of Mars because of this position in the solar system. John Carter is granted enhanced strength, speed, and mobility. He had to learn how to walk without flying and leaping all over the place. Anyway, he gets held captive because he has no idea where he is. He gets found by the green men of Mars. They have 4 arms, 2 legs. They have these big husks coming out at the mouth or whatever. And it seems that Mars is a war planet. It's a battle world. War is regular there. Also, the description of Mars, especially for the time and the technology they had then, was very accurate. Edgar got most of his description from Mars, an astronomer named Lowell, his description of Mars. Lowell believed that Mars is now what our world would be if all the oceans dried up, basically desert wasteland. Anyway, he also encounters the red men of Mars. They're described as being the same skin tone as Native Americans. While being held captive by the green men of Mars, he encounters a princess of one of the cities of the red men of Mars. Her name is Deja. It's great. I love it. I mean, he gets held captive. He's in a totally different world. After spending months there as a prisoner, he learns how to speak their language. He also finds out half of their communication is telepathically, so they don't have to form complete sentences. It's very weird, but very unique. It takes your imagination on a ride. It just happens to be my favorite book. If anybody was interested in it, I advise you to check it out. Anybody that's read it before, please leave some comments down below. Let me know what you think of the series. I might do another video telling more details. I don't want to spoil anything, but I might make another video going deeper into the depth of the story. And also, the first 3 books of this series were written by Edgar. There's 7 other books that I haven't read. I've only read the first 3 written by Edgar that were finished by his son. They're not as good, supposedly, but I think I might try them out anyway. I actually got into this book because of the movie. I had no idea what it was about and heard it was based upon a classic story that inspired numerous other stories in the 1900s. So I said, let me check it out. I did, and I ended up loving it. I love doing stuff like that. You'd be totally surprised. You don't know what you're going to get. You end up loving it. Write some comments down below. If you'd like to hear me discuss this further, let me know. And if you read the book yourself, tell me what you think of it. Tell me which book of the series was your favorite. Would you like to see the movie done over again? because I'm a part of Petition on Change.org that is trying to get a sequel to John Carter or a reboot of this, and I think it would make an excellent film. But if they made a direct translation of this book into film, it would have to be rated R. PG-13 at best. But anyway, drop some comments and see you next time.